Welcome back to the show. You're watching the Quiksilver Pro, and we now have the last heat of round 3 underway with Jordy Smith up against Michael Rodrigues, the exciting Brazilian rookie. And Jordy getting things started early here, finding a nice little barrel on the outside, letting go of a couple of turns. Bit of white water to deal with. This wave might just reel off again. He's making his way down towards the ski. But Jordy Smith has his work cut out here. No, it's not too often you get a guy who's finished right up at the top end of the rating.
See again, nice little stall. He did get a little water to the head right when he first got in there, but definitely disappeared. So he's nice and deep. But the maneuvers lacked definitely in this back end. So you'd say that Michael Rodrigues probably got the advantage
The last few seasons and say that their work's cut out against the rookie, but this guy is so exciting. Explosive first turn. Michael Rodrigues driving down the line and chucking a lot of water. Absolutely blitzed Sebastian Zietz in the second round of this event to earn his place here against Jordy. He calls for the ski. And the funny thing about Michael is, Pete, we're getting reports that he's pretty confident, not afraid in saying that he wants to go up against the big names and take them down, and I love that.
You're right, when he came on tour, you know. As you can see, he's got that power and that explosiveness, and of course, in the air as well. And it's like, feels like this is a great matchup between these two very similar styles. This wave here, you know, it kind of matches what Jordy did, although Jordy taking notes that the barrels have been scoring pretty high. So, of course, he searched one out early on that outside section.
It'll be close, though. Here goes the man in blue once again. Beautiful turn there, leaning hard. Here's the closeout section. And clips it, getting a bit of projection out onto the flats there.
So what made you say that he was feeling confident? Yeah, well, I'll tell you, he certainly is surfing confident as well. Once again, look at, I mean, this turn here, or lip bash, and that's that kind of, you know, that power transition. I mean, he could have easily just laid into it, but he actually, you see how he pops off of it. So it's like the ability to know exactly when to let that pressure off and let the wave do the work. Beautiful stuff from him. And again, this is one of those kinds of guys that he can take down the big names with the surfing he's doing.
He can. But you and I, Pete, we've done a few laps around this tour now, and we've seen guys with a lot of talent, with high expectations before, make those claims, and at the end of the year, they're packing their bag, they're saying goodbye to their family, and they're back on the qualifying series.
So many times, but I went out there and the rip was so strong too, so you lose so much energy just paddling, and then you feel like, okay, whatever, just catch one wave and then take the ski and replace yourself, you know. So that was my main goal, just to try to get the ski and take a wave right after it, you know.
And with 3 event wins in your career, you know what that winning feeling is all about. What's it going to take this event out?
Jordy Smith putting some good turns together on his last ride. Looking sharp at the moment.
Beautiful arc, and you know, that line there really, you talk about trying to keep speed on a maneuver, but actually have it be a major maneuver, because you could easily see a surfer push too much on that first turn, but knowing he had to be down the line, you look at this one and it is a beauty. As you can stop right here, but look at the arc that he stops it short as he goes into it, but it's not, he had that technique where he just kicks that back fins a little bit harder and then just chunks the spray out, but holds the speed into this next section. And look at that canvas there for him. Up and over. Nice variety there. We had the snap into the connection with the lip on the section. And this score came in, you know, just at the same range as Michael Rodrigues. So it's another tight heat, you know, just the slight advantage to Michael.
Now we got a victory down at Bells Beach, a contest that he's always wanted to win, but had the perfect heat at Jeffries as well. And that was a challenging contest for him. He's taken a medium-sized ride here, just looking for a little bit more freedom through his turns, and he finds it in that first maneuver, but you can see him looking over his shoulder, a little disinterested in what else is happening down the line here.
Is he getting another section here, Ronnie?
I hope so. Loading up the
Why
speed,
not?
and he goes to the air reverse. And that's one thing we didn't see too much of from Jordy last year, and really keeping those airs kind of projected out towards the flats rather than up above the lip.
So trying to better a 5. Actually gets if he gets a 6 on this wave. I just don't know if there's enough done on the outside to really turn that one for him. It was pretty nice to see that he did get a final section here at the end. And I like the little variety he does here, because didn't expect it. You know, being how nonchalant he was here, he does pick up some speed. But that wasn't exactly a lot of speed to get it that much pop. And so that's pretty neat of Jordy that he does have that pop even at those lower speeds. Tim's not really in anyone's true court. I mean, he's got priority, but I mean, if you're going to pull the trigger, let's see if he can definitely make sure that he, well, there we go. So feels like that at this point with 18 minutes, you wanted him to see a better one of those 2 waves, and he didn't do that.
And then it's going to be a battle to finish in the number 1 or 2 position. Let's see what Jordy can do with this one. Chasing a 5.95. And he throws everything at that closeout.
Take a look again at Jordy first. Beautiful first arc with that release. And then goes for the big move. They're a bit late, so that was always a tough one. He got barreled. We didn't get to see that part. And got the maneuvers. So you'd have to say this is going to be a high-scoring wave. Very high.
And that's got a little to do with rhythm too, doesn't it, Pete? Because we were saying before, he took a wave with priority, didn't get a score out of it, and then got the ski right around. Jordy took a wave, and he was in the perfect spot to get shacked, and then found these sections down the line to work with.
Yeah, I mean, that was a very, very solid wave. He almost brought his foundation of rail work done on tour, as we see up and riding.
Let's see what Michael can do here. Had a good steep section to work with. Overdid it just a little. But we got big numbers rolling through. One of the biggest scores of the event so far. 11.5 minutes to go. Jordy Smith is going to be up against it. Another top seed being pushed by one of the rookies. So much like last season, we had the winner of the QS, Connor O'Leary, go on to a quarterfinal finish. Griffin Colapinto already through to the 4th round, so he's got a fair chance. Michael Rodrigues, at this point in time, looking like he's definitely got an opportunity to crack the 4th round in his first championship tour event as well. It's a huge opportunity without Tyler, Carissa and Steph Gilmore in the mix to take her first victory here on the Gold Coast. Keely Andrew also part of that final 4. But here we go, Jordy Smith, less than a minute remaining, chasing an 8.77 and 2 huge turns already. And plugs a 3rd on the closeout, trying to stay with this wave. Will he get more down the line?
I think he might.
This has already been a very impressive ride, but he might need more. Winds back into the foam, 30 seconds to go. This is definitely his last shot at it. Might see an appeal here to the judges. Definitely connected well on those first few maneuvers. And he'll try and add any extras he can here on the inside. Not unusual to see waves stretch on forever from this point. And Jordy's found some room. Starts to find his flow, linking those turns together. Great small wave surfing. It's going to double up again. And he'll get a nice little finish on the inside. So the heat coming to a close. This has got to be the best wave of the comp, though.
It does. Beautiful first arc. A lot of juice in there. I love his setup for that second maneuver. That 3rd one, there's that little bobble on the bottom turn. The little hitch of the rail slowed him up as he got to that section.
He was lucky here.
Yes. And you know how much does it build on that score with these maneuvers? Did well, great, like you said, great small wave surfing, great linkage, and he finished the very, very last bit he could get. He did.
Well, the heat's coming to an end here, Peter. The hooter has sounded. Throws that fist up. The requirement is an 8.77 It's going to be close. 8.77 is the number that he needs. They're rolling in now from the panel, and it's close, but not enough. An 8.17. Jordy Smith falls just short. And Michael Rodrigues, the rookie,
Pumped up.
he is amping. Shooting laser beams out of his eyeballs up towards the competitors' area where his fellow Brazilians are cheering him on. Jordy Smith, very dejected. Stay with us. We're going to kick off the fourth round in just a moment.